And we're also hearing from a teenager who risked his life to save his mother and two younger siblings after they were swept out to sea off the Australian coast. CBS News correspondent Shanelle Kaul is following this heroic act for us. Shanelle, what a story.
Yeah, this is such a wild story. I mean, this family was on vacation. They seemed to be having a good time. They were out on the water, Liz. They had paddle boards, they had kayaks, and then that's when the story turned. The weather took a turn for the worst. It got super windy, super gusty, and you know when that happens, the water gets really choppy and it gets really dangerous for you to be out there, especially because they were about 250 kilometers south of Perth when this happened. So the son sort of leapt into action. At 13 years old, Austin Appleby decided the best course of action was to get back to shore and get help for his family. So he initially took his kayak and began traveling back with that. But because, again, the water was so choppy, he had to ditch the kayak at some point because it got swept up in the water. So he pursued this swim. This, get this, Liz, was a 4-hour swim back to shore. That is what he did to get help for his family. Such a wild journey for him. And he talked to the BBC about what that was like.
I had to take off my life jacket. Thank God, only a couple of weeks before I learned how to take off a life jacket in water. And I just started swimming. It took me a couple of hours to get to shore after that. And when I hit the bottom of the floor, I just, it was like, how am I on land right now? Is this a dream? Am I still out in the ocean? But those thoughts went out of my mind straight away, and I went, all right, Mum, Bob and Grace could still be alive out there. I have to go save them.
This is just so incredible, right, Liz? Oh. It's like this fight or flight moment for this young teenager who certainly leapt into action when his family needed him to. So once he got back to shore, there he found a Marine rescue team. They went out there. They were able to find his mother and his two younger siblings. They, by the way, were found essentially clinging to their paddle boards about 14 kilometers from shore. So still a ways away. They definitely needed the help to get back. They all did go to the hospital. They got checked out. Turns out that they were all okay after all. That young boy, though, during that interview with the BBC, Liz had said he doesn't actually think of himself as a hero, but obviously the world finding out about the story, the internet deciding otherwise.
Oh, absolutely. What a story. He just knew right what to do, and he jumped in not even thinking about how dangerous it was. Unbelievable. Shanelle Kaul, thank you so much for that.